Welcome to this NCFE video focusing on maximising success in the Employer Set project for healthcare science. The purpose of the Employer Set project is to ensure that students have the opportunity to apply core knowledge and skills to develop a substantial piece of work in response to an Employer Set brief. The Employer Set project requires that students apply and contextualise core knowledge through the demonstration of the following core skills: research, communication, team working, problem solving, reporting and presentation skills, and reflective evaluation. These are demonstrated through the completion of a number of tasks: a research and literature review, a quality improvement report, peer discussion and update of a quality improvement plan, present of an overview of your quality improvement plan, and reflective account. So for task 1, the research literature review. In this task, students are required to carry out research using specific literature sources and present their research in a written literature review. The core skills covered in this task are research and problem solving. To maximise success in this type of assessment, students should apply effective research skills using the literature sources. Students should use their research to effectively provide evidence-based information to justify how they would investigate the issue from the brief. It's important for students to group themes from their research, which will enable them to clearly present their research findings in the literature review. Students should ensure that written literature reviews are detailed with clear explanations and justifications that avoid descriptive responses. It is important that students synthesize, evaluate, and summarise information from their research and do not simply repeat quotes from sources of information within their literature reviews. Descriptive responses should be avoided. For task 2, the quality improvement report. In this task, students are required to create a quality improvement report outlining actions in relation to the brief. The core skills covered in this task are communication, problem solving and reporting, and presentation. To maximise success in this type of assessment, students should focus on a range of elements to quality improvement. Students should use the proformas to structure their quality improvement report, and they should provide explanations and justifications within each element for quality improvement that avoids the use of descriptive or superficial responses. Students should ensure they effectively consider how changes will be implemented. It is important for students to explore and justify how changes will be implemented using information from the brief, existing knowledge, and information from the literature review. They should avoid repetitive information from task 1, but effectively use this information to provide clear explanation and justification about how changes would be implemented. Task 3A and B is a peer discussion and an update of a quality improvement plan. In task 3A, students are required to provide and receive feedback about their research findings and their quality improvement plan. In task 3B, students are required to use the peer feedback to write a summary of how they would update their quality improvement plan based on the peer feedback. The core skills covered in this task are research, communication, team working, reporting and presentation, and reflective evaluation. To maximise success in this type of assessment, students should provide a rationale for any changes made to the quality improvement plan. It is important for students to demonstrate clearly that they have referred to and effectively evaluated feedback given, and that they have acknowledged weaknesses in their original report, justifying appropriately why changes were made. For task 4, students are required to present an overview of their quality improvement plan. In this task, students are required to present an overview of their quality improvement plan for a discussion with a tutor within a given scenario. The core skills covered in this task are communication, research, reporting, and presentation. To maximise success in this type of assessment, students should ensure that presentation length is appropriate. Students should ensure that presentations are long enough to demonstrate their knowledge and understanding of the project outcomes and their justification for changes made to their quality improvement plans. Having very short presentations can give students less opportunity to present their knowledge and understanding. Students should practice undertaking presentations to a certain length of time prior to undertaking the employer set project. Students need to be able to engage fully with questions asked in the discussion and give a considered response. It is important that students listen fully to the question in the discussion to ensure they understand the question and avoid short, simplistic answers that may not provide the full answer to the question being asked. Students should practice answering questions in a discussion to support in developing the skill of listening and answering questions effectively prior to undertaking the employer set project. For task 5, the reflective account. In this task, students are required to complete a reflective account. The core skills covered in this task is reflective evaluation. To maximise success in this type of assessment, students should understand what reflective writing is and how to write reflectively. Prior to assessment, students should be introduced to reflective writing and models of reflection to aid in the understanding of what to include when writing reflectively. Students need to avoid writing descriptively and ensure they effectively evaluate their performance, including reflecting on what went well, what could be improved, and further developments based on their own experience and feedback gained. They also need to reflect on their own performance against the project aims and objectives, including their strengths and limitations. To maximise success in the employer set project, these are some general top tips for students. Use all pro formas that are provided for the tasks. Practice reflective writing and thinking skills. Encourage students to be evaluative and analytical in their approach and practice these skills prior to undertaking the employer set project.